Well, it's been a while, but we're switching things up. I'm in my kitchen right now, about to cook breakfast. But, sorry I've been gone so much. I've helped a friend. He started a business, and I may or may not become an owner of it. But yeah, I've been kind of busy a little bit. Still love making videos though, so whenever I got time like this, I'll try and make one. Anywho, what are we gonna talk about today? Oh yeah, that's right, loneliness. To be lonely, what being lonely is like, my personal experience with it, and like the many different forms of it. I'm gonna just kind of talk about it, you know? So, loneliness is obviously something sad, something that not a lot of people like to experience, something that some people experience more than often, and something that can hurt a lot of people. For example, there's a lot of lonely people, and they end up hurting themselves, not feeling good about themselves, and just putting themselves down a lot because they're so lonely. Even myself, you know, I was lonely at some points in my life, and it sucked, you know. It was like watching everyone around you have a good time, but then like you were just kind of there. And I don't know, it's a weird feeling to be lonely. I guess we'll get into my story part. There was times where I could be in a fast food place full of people and around friends, or even in my church, or even in my house with like my family, where I would feel like I'm alone. Like I'd feel lonely, like I feel like I had no one. So there's a lot of forms of loneliness. I know there's a lot of people that feel lonely because like they just got broken up with or something in like a relationship, or maybe someone in your family very close to you or a friend passed away. And that stuff sucks, you know? So yeah, there's many forms of loneliness, and it's a really sad feeling. So how do we, you know, get rid of loneliness, or make sure we, you know, aren't lonely? And the only way to do that is through Jesus, is to have a relationship with Him. Because with Jesus, you can never be lonely, because He's always with you. And that was one of the most comforting parts whenever I came to the Lord. It was like, I felt so lonely so much over time that like, whenever I found Him, it's like, I became a lot more happier and stuff too. Like it's sometimes it's hard to put into words, because you don't know exactly how it even happened. It just works, if that makes sense. But yeah, the Lord blessed me. Like I've become a lot better. Anywho, but yeah, loneliness sucks. It's a weird, gross feeling. Like I said, you feel like no one's around you. You just kind of walk around, and sure, you're in a crowded school with them, like millions of people probably, but in that school you still feel like, you know, no one's even looking at you, or like you're not even there. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I think a lot of people go through this, and they just don't talk about it, you know? I think it's a very familiar feeling for a lot of people, because it's something that anyone can go through. Like I said, there's many instances, many different variations, many things you can go through. And it sucks to feel like no one cares about you, you know? It's not a good feeling, you know? I feel like everyone should have someone that cares about them in some sort of way, you know? But yeah, I mean, loneliness is terrible. Let me find a Bible verse real quick though, so I can read it for you. Oh yeah, this is a pretty classic one. Psalms 23, verse 4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I mean, that's a pretty classic one. Psalms 23, verse 4. Pretty classic, you know. A lot of people like that one. I think it's a pretty cool verse. Makes you sound pretty epic. Sounds like you freaking are like, I don't know, cool person. But yeah, and it's weird how loneliness affects a person too, because when you're lonely, a lot of people will just like not want to talk to anyone, you know? They want to just kind of like be alone even more. And I didn't say this in the beginning, I should have, but let me just say there's a difference between being alone in a room and being fine and okay, and being lonely in a group of people, around a group of people, you know? That's a very different feeling. Because, you know, being alone at home, you know, I think a lot of us, you know, we've been home before on like a rainy day when we were kids, freaking eating some pizza, playing, you know, Fortnite or Call of Duty or something like that, you know? That's a different feeling compared to, you know, when you're with your buddies in a McDonald's and, you know, it feels like you're just alone. No one's there. No one really cares about you. Like that, you're just kind of there. You're kind of ignored. You're just in the background, you know. So it's weird. It's very weird. And I pray that if anyone here is dealing with loneliness or is just feeling lonely, I hope and pray you come to the Lord and you have a conversation with him. You talk to him, you know. Because he's always there for you, you know. He forgives you for your sins, and as long as you talk to him and you ask for forgiveness. And sometimes it's difficult, but I just hope and pray that if any of you that are watching this are dealing with something like that, I hope and pray that you can talk to the Lord about it. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. I wanted to get a little brief talk about loneliness, and I pray that if you guys are dealing with loneliness, that you can get through it. God bless you all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.